And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, the floor is yours, man.
And just like we said, of course, every time we think it's a slow day, right before show day, they give us a play. And Cooper Cup destination came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, I want 15 mil. I need to go somewhere. I don't really want to move too far. I don't want to play where it's cold. So how about I just go to a division rival? How about we do that? So Cooper Cup announced, well, not him, more so Twitter and his agent, because I know his agent got that fee. Everybody getting paid on these Fridays. Cooper Cup has agreed to a 3-year contract with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't see how players just like to stay in their own division, but still, with a total of like 40, I think it's around 15 mil. That's what he asked for a total of 45. So, fellas, the Rams released him. Dave, you play both these teams. How we feel about Cooper Cup finally going somewhere?
I mean, he went somewhere where the quarterback had a great season last year. And Sam Darnold was also in San Francisco before he got there, and he actually credited last season to what Brock Purdy helped him see. Not saying that Brock Purdy got him where he is, but he said Brock Purdy did give him some help. So they got something. They got to see what's going on. They still got JSN there. You know, they just traded away DK Metcalf to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They still have Kenneth Walker back there. So let's see what the Seattle offense is going to be. They still have their second year coach that came from the Ravens. He was the Ravens defensive coordinator before he came to coach in Seattle. So now they got it. They get to see what they have with two weapons. Cooper Cup, we know what he's been. He just hasn't been necessarily healthy the last few seasons. We know he had that Triple Crown season where everyone said that he was at least a top 5 wide receiver in the league. And we've had some debates like that in the chat, not necessarily on the show, but we've had some healthy debates about Cooper Cup being a top 5 wide receiver. And now Cooper Cup has, we know how dynamic he can be, but now all he did was go from LA to Seattle. He went from LA to Washington. So, I mean, he went from a warmer place to a colder place. He went from a place that hasn't necessarily been what they've been since they had the Legion of Boom. So he's looking to see if maybe they have an opportunity for that. They also just got DeMarcus Lawrence. We're going to be talking about his situation soon with the Cowboys. But this Seattle team, I mean, I don't really know what to think of them, because is Sam Darnold going to have the same season he had last year, or is it going to revert back to the Sam Darnold we all know? The Sam Darnold that we're seeing goes. The Sam Darnold we saw in the last few games of the season. The Sam Darnold we saw in the playoff game. That's the Sam Darnold we all know. So what is there to expect? And also, Sam Darnold doesn't have that same offensive mind that he had in Minnesota. So I'm not sure what to expect with the Seattle team. This is a good move for them because Cooper Cup definitely helps that wide receiver room. Now with DK Metcalf being gone, Cooper Cup is no hothead. He gonna go out there and play his game and do what he needs to do. We know what DK Metcalf was. You talking about his game, and that was it. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, but this normally happens. Of course, it's just I think it's gonna be something for the Rams that they're gonna have to deal with, because now you got to see him twice a year for at least the next 3 seasons. So if he's healthy, he can be dangerous. But he needs to be healthy.
That's a fact. Actually, you know what? Because I forgot. I gotta talk about the Cowboys next. So you can wait there. Cooper Cup joining that wide receiver room with a defensive-minded head coach. I see they got MVS and they still got JSN, so that helps. But is Sam Darnold going to be the Sam Darnold that we know? Or is this the Sam Darnold that we know? Is he a winning quarterback now? Because, in a different environment, he was a different guy. He had a wide receiver to throw to, and he looked good. 14 games until they had to play some serious games where it actually counts. Trust me, I know a lot about that. These guys talk about another quarterback that I root for a lot when it comes to those moments. But it's really going to come down to his health. Is he truly as healthy as they think he is? Because most times when people release wide receivers like this, the first thing people say is, well, why is he a free agent? If he is still the same, then why would the Rams want to get rid of him? Especially seeing after what they just went and got with Devontae Adams. Can you imagine that big three? That would have been a crazy big three. Puka with with Stafford back there too, and Stafford doing podcasts now, so you already know what that all season gonna look like. But still, I think it's a good move for him. He landed in a good spot. Carl said in the comments, Cooper Kupp went home. So anytime you go home, you feel back at home. So you can play a little bit better, different environment, different training staff. So it may be a good season for him. A lot to prove. I would say for this whole Seahawks team, this is a season to prove it. Because you got Sam Darnold who needs to prove that he's good. You got Cooper Kupp who needs to prove that he's healthy. And you got Marcus Lawrence who needs to prove that the Seahawks can actually go to the Super Bowl. Joe.
Okay. I love the move. Shout out to Cooper Kupp. He said, I got Washington back on my chest. Seahawks, I like the moves that they're doing this offseason. I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're having a really good offseason. First, they traded Geno Smith for a third-round pick, which is pretty good. They got him for a third-round pick, replace him with Sam Darnold. They put Sam Darnold on a 3-year contract, $100 million contract, but $55 million guaranteed. So more than half the contract is not even a little bit under half the contract is not guaranteed, which is a safe contract. So if he turns out to be who he really is, they think he is, he will get the $100 million, which is worth it. And if he's not, that's fine. $18 million a year guaranteed. I'll take that. Geno Smith was getting about the cap hit was about $14 million a year. I mean, tomato, right? And then they bring in people underestimate this. They signed Clint Kubiak. Clint Kubiak now is the offensive coordinator. Like Tomo said, they said they got Kenneth Walker already. They got Charbonnet also. Tomo mentioned they got JSN. They also got MVS. So they got weapons, and adding Cooper Kupp, you got Jackson Jigba. Like, he's just a bona fide stud as a wide receiver, can do it all. Then you got Cooper Kupp, who's an elite route runner, and MVS your deep threat. So they got pieces. They got a defense. The defense was good last year. The head coach is a defensive guy. They signed Marcus Lawrence too, which is a good pickup too. They got they signed John Jones, another offensive lineman, which is good for Sam Darnold. Now people are down on Sam Darnold. I know Dave said Brock Purdy taught him a lot. I would say that he worked under Kyle Shanahan, and he said he learned how to prepare. Now Brock Purdy was a part of that because he was the quarterback he was following, but the Kyle Shanahan system, the standard they have in that building of preparation and stuff like that, he learned. But people forget Kyle Shanahan, Kevin O'Connell came from that tree. So the system is kind of similar. So he goes to Kyle Shanahan and O'Connell, and then Clint Kubiak comes from the same system. Now, I know we worried about, is he going to show up in the playoffs? I'm not going to say he is. But I will tell you this. It's going to sound crazy. He's better with the Seahawks than he probably was with the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs. As much as we're high on Kevin O'Connell, I don't know about the playoffs. I saw him in the playoffs against the New York Giants. I saw him in the playoffs against the Rams. We saw the Detroit Lions blitz all those times, and he dropped back Sam Darnold. He threw the ball 41 times against the Lions. For what? He threw the ball 41 times against the Rams. For what? The Kubiaks, they run the ball. If anybody watched the Saints last year, Derek Carr barely threw the ball. They ran the rock. And that's what they're going to do. Especially with a defensive-minded head coach, they want to run the ball. Last year, the problem with Geno Smith, the offensive coordinator, who I complained about all year, was throwing the ball too much with Geno Smith. Yeah, he had a career high in passing attempts. Yeah, he had a career high in passing yards. Yeah, he had a career high in this and that. But with all them career highs, they missed the playoffs because Geno ain't that guy. So, run the ball, and I think that's what they're going to do with Sam Darnold. He just had to make key throws, so he won't be pressured to do as much as he was pressured to do against the Lions and the Rams down the stretch to the playoffs and last game of the season. So, I love what the Seahawks are doing. Cooper Kupp, good choice.
Yeah, and they paid you. You gotta go where the money resides, man.
Definitely did. They signed they re-signed a key defensive player too, Jaron Reed. So that's going to help them out as well. And Ernest Jones. So
yes, and I try to find it. I don't know if you saw it, Dave. How much is this Cooper Kupp contracts guaranteed? Because I didn't see the guarantees there.
I didn't see that either.
I just know it's $45 million. They didn't say what was guaranteed though. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, that's always important. People see the big number. Oh my gosh, bro! Look at the guarantees.
Mm-hmm. The guarantees is what counts.
Yeah, that's what I matter for. Because you can get cut.
Exactly.
Ask Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Oh man.
He definitely is underrated, Carl. He is underrated, but that was a key re-sign for them. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, they didn't put that in there. I guess
They
that.
lost
I guess
DK,
those details will come out later.
they lost DK, who was under. I would say under. I say no, not underrated. I say overrated. I think DK is overrated, bro. Sorry, DK, I don't mean to kill you, bro, but
He
how,
underperforms a lot. He
it,
gets
it's a,
he does not, he don't be mentally there sometimes. That's what it
it's
is.
it's
You talk
crazy.
about his game, he just don't know what to do.
Tyler Lockett is a really good receiver, but DK, yo, we shouldn't be debating who's number one receiver. Like,
Bro, who's gonna pick up Tyler Lockett? He's still a free agent. That's crazy.
You
I
know
a
who?
team that could probably get him.
Tyler Lockett won $6 million. Cowboy is on
That's the cat, right, Tomo? That's the
$6
cat.
million.
Shout out to J-Mo.
Hey, that might be the cap in San Francisco too. So.
The same. He $6 million. You signed.
I don't know if y'all know J-Mo. His name is J-Mo 6 Mil. That's what he called it.
That's
So,
it. He
6 mil. Shout out to
that's-
my boy J-Mo.
He got that Stephen Jones mindset. $6
Mhm.
million. But I was gonna say, before we move on, the funny thing about these two receivers is they both was built in stature, and I'm talking about DK and AJ. They went to the same school, but you talk trash to one of them, they play better. You talk trash to the other one, they ready to fight. That's insane.
The Crash
That's
Out
insane.
boy is gonna be fun to see.
Ooh, I can't wait for
And
these panels.
especially if Aaron Rodgers the quarterback too.
I can't wait for these panels, boy.
Did y'all talk about that on Tuesday?
What?
What, Aaron Rodgers?
The
the
crash out twins.
Nah, when you talk about
Nah, we ain't really talk about that. We talk about his all-season moves, period. You know,
yeah.
I
we
mean,
don't know who the quarterback is. We don't get to
That's
set up when
true.
they find a quarterback.
And, yo, I don't know. Did you ever say who your biggest loser
Mason
was?
Rudolph back.
I didn't, but we can move on. Let's go.
Mason Rudolph.
I ain't get a chance.
More crash out. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
Yo. They just add to the crowd. I feel sorry for Mike Tomlin, man. Oh,
Mike
man.
Tomlin, he used to that.
You're right.
It's number
You're
crash outs that be there when he there. He ain't worried about that.
He gonna walk
Steelers,
off.
Steelers about to sign Aaron Rodgers. That's what's about to happen.
Yeah, I want to ask Javon, if you in the comments, who you want for your quarterback?
He don't want Aaron Rodgers. I know that. He said that in the chat today.
Oh, he did? Okay.
He don't want Aaron Rodgers.
You know what, Javon? Hold your thoughts. Hold your thoughts. We're gonna
Yeah,
bring you on.
we gonna need you on the show for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably sign over the weekend.
Oh, dang, he ain't said nah, Rod.
That's good. That's good. I already said that. He ain't said too much.
All right.
He ain't said too much.
Well, he did the right thing. You know, he ain't say too much because this other team, they seem to